This video introduces the core concepts used in impact management. Managing impacts involves understanding whether an organization is creating or eroding value for society, and whether this has consequences for the business's ability to create value for itself and its investors. An organization depends on resources from people, such as money from investors or skills from employees, and natural resources such as water, land, or fuels. Collectively, these resources are the inputs an organization uses to carry out its business activities. Let's look at a beverage company. The company uses resources to carry out its business activities, such as training its team, making beverages, and distributing its products. This creates some byproducts and waste, but also enables the beverage company to sell its products to consumers. These outputs lead to a range of different outcomes for people and the natural environment. Outcomes are either the level of people's well-being at a point in time, or the condition of the natural environment. For example, soft drinks may affect the health of customers, and producing those drinks can also affect local water availability. Let's look at the company's impact on water availability in more detail. For water to be used sustainably, the level of water in the local watershed should be maintained above the ecological threshold. Maintaining the level at or above this threshold ensures there is enough water for everyone that relies on it, a positive outcome. If the level of water availability falls below the threshold, the outcome is negative, since there is not enough water for the plants, animals, communities, and others that need it. Water is a shared resource, so the beverage company has to determine its own fair share of the available water through a process called allocation. The beverage company measures its total water use to understand its impact on water availability. It compares its data to the appropriate threshold to understand whether its water use is within its allocation and therefore sustainable. Not all thresholds require allocation. Some are the full responsibility of an organization to uphold. For example, it is the full responsibility of the beverage company to prevent any human rights abuses, such as forced labor or unsafe working conditions. Back to the beverage company's impact on water availability. An impact is the change in outcome caused by an organization between 2 points in time. Sometimes it won't be clear how much of the impact was caused by the organization, as impacts are happening all the time and many different actors can contribute to a change. The change can go up or down, but which direction is positive or sustainable can only be determined with reference to the threshold. Together, this information enables assessment of whether the impact is good or bad for society. When an organization has positive impacts, it creates value for society. When an organization has negative impacts, it erodes value for society. The amount of value created or eroded is best understood by consulting with those affected. For the beverage company, that would be all stakeholders who depend on the water source, local communities, businesses, or biologists who can represent the interests of the local ecosystem. To help organizations estimate the relative importance, worth, or usefulness of impacts to society, they can use impact valuation methodologies. Impact valuation methodologies help organizations translate information about their impacts into a common unit so that it is comparable. This helps an organization understand which of their activities, or products or services, is creating or eroding more value. The value the organization creates for society may also affect its ability to create value for itself and its investors. If the beverage company overuses water, it might suffer price increases or water shortages in the future. Changes in the external environment can also influence an organization's ability to operate and affect how value is created, preserved, or eroded. Infrastructure failure, extreme weather, political or civil unrest, or disease can all affect capital flows, resource supply, or demand for the organization's products or services. Organizations have many impacts. They need to understand each individually, how they relate to each other, including any trade-offs. Only this way can they build a complete picture of the value they create and erode for society and for their organization. Learn about these core concepts and more by exploring the Impact Management Platform website and finding relevant resources to help you manage impacts.